The Seahawks are looking for their second 3-0 start under Pete Carroll. To do that, they'll have to get by the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday. I'm Jen Mueller, along with John Boyle from Seahawks.com with your key matchups for Sunday. And John, let's start with this one. Dak Prescott has plenty of offensive weapons, and the secondary of the Seahawks have given up plenty of yards.
Yeah, it really has. And look, the Seahawks have been playing from ahead a lot these past couple of games, so to some degree they're willing to accept that they've given up some big yardage and maybe a few more points than they'd like. But the one thing Pete Carroll does not accept is explosive plays. And they've allowed 23 explosive passing plays in 2 weeks. That is the most in the NFL by a pretty healthy margin. And the Seahawks know they can't keep playing that way. So, look, Dak Prescott throws a great deep ball. He's got Amari Cooper out there. They added CeeDee Lamb in the first round this year. So they've got a lot of really good weapons to throw to. That Seahawks secondary has a lot of talent. They need to really put it together this week and play their best game yet.
You know, when you look at the options the Cowboys have for pass rush, you would think their stats are off the chart for getting to the quarterback. But our second key matchup, we find out that's not really the case.
Yeah, it's funny. You know, they have 4 Pro Bowlers on that defensive line, including defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence. They went out and added Everson Griffin. They got Alton Smith, who's trying to revive his career, and then Dontari Poe plugging things up in the middle. That's a lot of big names in that line, but so far the production hasn't been there, only 2 sacks. The Seahawks still know they really need to take this group seriously, and they're going to have their hands full. On the other side of that, Russell Wilson's off to a great season, not just because Russell Wilson's playing great and his weapons like DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett are playing great. The pass rush has really held up well, especially when you consider you've got 3 new starters, no preseason, and they've still done a really good job. And this is probably going to be their biggest test yet this season, and they know they need to hold up, even if the Cowboys' numbers aren't quite what they want to be yet.
The Seahawks defense has excelled at stopping the run, so that could be interesting for Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, as much as we just talked about both passing games, we know that the Cowboys are going to want to run the ball. Ezekiel Elliott's have a great start to the season. He's got 185 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, plus a receiving touchdown. And the Seahawks' a big goal this offseason was to improve the run defense. They allowed 4.9 yards a carry each of the last 2 years, which were the highest numbers in Pete Carroll's tenure here. They've got it down to just 3 yards a carry so far. So if they can try to stop Ezekiel Elliott and make it one-sided, then we can go back to that pass defense we talked about. It'll be a lot easier on them if they know what's coming.
That game against the Cowboys is at home on Sunday. You can listen to the game on the Seahawks Radio Network and read everything John posts on Seahawks.com.